Uh-oh, guess what day it is?
I'm gonna make you girls a Humpday treat.
Mike. It's Hump Day.
Perhaps I could help you with that hump. What hump?
A very good day for some midweek malarkey.
Wow, would you look at that? It's that time already. It is 4 o'clock Central Time, Central Daylight Time, and this is Midweek Malarkey. I'm your friend. Just think of me as a friend. Me llamo Brad. If you are not familiar with the Daily Mojo, I usually host that. We get into all kinds of things, all sorts of trouble, but here on the Midweek Malarkey program, all we do is have a little fun. Point out the weirdness. We all do it together. Not in that sense, but you know what I'm saying. Coming up, we're going to hear the story of a 42-year-old man who was charged with battery and disorderly conduct with a weapon after his daughter called 911 saying her dad was naked and had a gun. It's the story of D's Nuts. That's his name, D's Nuts. So we'll get to that here very, very shortly. As always, if you would like to contact me in any way, shape, or form, or, just send money, you can send me an email. I'll tell you right now, I'm bad at emails. But I try. On the socials at Real Brad Staggs. And if you really want to get your message across, just go ahead and text Daily Mojo to 80123. That'll get you into our texting club. You'll get a confirmation text after you do that. Save that number. You can text us anytime. All right, so let's get things started here. First story, and because, again, it's, we're talking love. We're talking love. Amber Dene Wright of Cape Town, South Africa. She shared a marriage tip on TikTok. Ladies, this might be something you want to write down. It does seem to work. I'm going to say that. It does seem to work. It's a video on is it Insta? No, I think it's Insta. Yeah, it's Instagram. It's not TikTok. It's on Insta, and every time her husband tries to talk, Amber Dene Wright of Cape Town, South Africa, has a much better idea. She starts playing the Oscars music, as in, you're talking too long.
Nice. I had asked that guy before I... What is that? Are you playing that?
The Oscar music.
The Oscar music?
You know when the speeches are too long?
I've literally been talking for like 30 seconds. This is the third time that he's come to look at it. So now we've changed it for...
Okay, that's good. That's good.
He's been doing this the whole week. Every time I tell the story. TV's there, which is cool. So you can see there's like the crickets on...
Okay, that's pretty smart.
This is going to be the rest of my life.
Yes, it is. I can tell you right now that's going to be the rest of your life. And the funny thing is it works both ways. I'm not saying that women talk, more than men, but they do. And that's fine. You have a lot of words. You have a lot of things to say. You have a lot of emotions. And that's hunky-dory. But you have to also know, when to just shut the hell up. And I'm talking to the men right now. Not to the women, because otherwise I think that's hate speech. This couple on Insta does have some funny stuff, too. This is if you're familiar with streaming cheating, this will hit home with you. Because apparently, now you can't, if you're watching a show together, as an individual, you can't. I mean, it does not mean love if you go and you watch an episode without your significant other. And this is what happens, apparently, when you do. Hold on a second. I think I have to turn on the volume before you can hear it. And it's much better that way. Just saying. Seriously.
What?
You did what?
I watched it yesterday.
You joking, right?
Why does it keep turning my volume off? I hate it when it does that. Okay, hang on. This is going so well. You ready? And 3, go.
Zelda.
I watched it last night while you were out.
You did what?
I watched it yesterday.
You joking, right?
Are you seriously angry about this?
Everybody knows that watching a TV show together is sacred. It's bigger and stronger than a blood pact. What the hell are you doing?
I'm denying you visa to Crazy Town because this is ridiculous.
Now that you've gone down this road, why don't you just go start another family with someone else?
Just forget I watched it and we'll watch it again together.
Who are you calling?
Oh, I'm just on the phone to NASA. Because apparently you have a time machine and you can go back in time and fix this.
They do. They get upset if you watch a TV show without them. Hate Instagram with the way you have to turn the sound on. You watch a TV show without them and they lose their ever-loving mind. Am I right? Or am I right? Is it really that sacred? Because I don't think it is. Maybe that's just me. But I know of other people who think it's something, it's a no-no. Now I'd like to introduce you to These Nuts. That there is These Nuts. And there is an actual, I know it's kind of crazy, but he is, that's his real name. As crazy as it sounds. These Nuts is a man in April 2011, shortly before his 30th birthday. Derek Lee Kroll decided it was time for a change. He changed his name. He went to the judge. He filled out the 2-page petition for name change form, had the document notarized, submitted it, and it cost $164.50. That was the filing fee. It was worth it to him, apparently. So he turned it into the local circuit court, along with his address, date of birth. He listed himself as disabled and affirmed he was not a sex offender. He then they want to know why you want to change your name to, D's Nuts. And he said, without a doubt, D-O-U-T, I hate my name. Now, unfortunately, he did spell it wrong. I mean, I do feel bad for him. I'm not sure that he is all that bright, but I don't know the man. He may be smart as a whip, but he did not spell D's. It was D-E-Z -nuts. So within 2 months of his court application, he appeared before the Judge Hinkfuss. There's a name I might consider changing. Granted the petition and got his driver's license to reflect his new name. He kept the name Des Nuts, although he told everybody it was D's Nuts, until September of 2017. Apparently in 2017, he went to the court once again and he asked them to approve a change in his first name from D's Nuts to D's Nuts because he realized he had spelled it wrong. That's what he put as the reason for wanting to change his name again. Not sure why he waited, 6 years before correcting the error? But Judge Tammy Jo Hawk granted the Des to D's transformation. It's been on his... This is going to shock you. The name was on his divorce papers. I know, right? How could he have gotten divorced? Cray. Let's see here. Where else did he put it? He was, he's 42 now. He listed as the defendant in a criminal complaint charging him with battery and disorderly conduct with a weapon. That was in March of this year. Domestic confrontation with his daughter and her boyfriend. Yeah, she's the one who called 911, said, my dad's naked, has a gun. They're both 19. Not that that makes it any better. Cops arrived at the house. He handed over a Wisconsin state ID with the name D's Nuts, Lee Kroll. This is, again, another shocker. D's Nuts appeared to be highly intoxicated. One never knows. She later told police, the daughter, that he got out of control sometimes, when he drank. Who doesn't love to have a twin? Am I right or am I right? It's kind of freaky when you have a twin. I know some twins. Guys, you're about to see are twins, but this is pretty weird. So they both have the same hobbies. They both have the same name. They both have the same number of children. They both have, well, they have a mutual friend. Now, how this happened, I don't know. But this is Mark Garland. Both of them. A man made a friend for life after meeting his doppelganger on a flight from London to Bangkok. You know, Confucius say that men who go through turnstile sideways going to Bangkok. Anyhow, the pair have the same hobbies, the same number of children, even the same friend. Mark Garland, he's one of those guys, is a bus driver from Trowbridge in Wiltshire. He went to check in at Heathrow, was told by staff he had already checked in. It took the airline staff 40 minutes to figure out that there were, in fact, 2 Mark Garlands on the flight. They met in the departure lounge. They were amazed to see they didn't just share the same name, but they looked remarkably similar. Well, if they grew a goatee, we could all 3 be brothers. Or something. The coincidences continue when they ended up finding themselves seated next to each other on the plane, and they spent the rest of the flight chatting. Blah, 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 blah. They found out they only lived 15 miles apart. They had the same friend. How can you have the same friend if you're both named Mark Garland and you have a mutual friend? Isn't that mutual friend going to say, I know another Mark Garland? Yeah, I'm down that one. Both are single. Both have 4 kids. The younger Mark was never married, unlike the older Mark, who is now separated. I mean, this could be a love story in the making right there. I mean, they make a delightful couple. Maybe they found love on an airplane. It was crazy. I've never known anything like it, the first Mark said. They said there was another Mark Garland on the plane. They came to the bar. They asked to see my passport. I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? My name was coming out of the antenna, and my phone was going. I thought someone was winding me up. I believe that's British for saying somebody is yanking my chain. The pair both going on holiday to Thailand. And let me tell you, Thailand this time of year is amazeballs. They didn't cross-reference the booking number at the front desk, at the check-in area, which seems a little weird. Seems like, again, because I don't know if you knew this or not, but sometimes these stories get embellished on websites. I'm not saying they're embellishing this one. I'm just saying sometimes they add stuff just to make it cutesy. That's all. So if you run into Mark Garland, you better make sure you know which one is Mark Garland. Last week, we talked about some things you could no longer do in the office, right? I mean, the world has changed, especially in the past, 4 years? But one of the traditions that we talked about last week was, having a bit kidding around and having a no pants Thursday. You do that now, and of course, somebody's going to get butthurt. And they're going to be, oh, you can't have a no pants. It's a joke. Why is it funny not to wear pants? Everybody knows somebody like that. And so there are some office traditions. And this is from just last year. Unusual office traditions. And quite frankly, I don't know how some of these work. But one of the, and this is from askamanager.org, one of the weird traditions in the office, he says, for close to 15 years now, dressing up as one of your coworkers has been a Halloween tradition where I work. Actually started when someone came dressed as me the first year. A year later, I waited until I saw what a coworker was wearing that day, got a co-conspirator to bring the matching outfit, and sat down next to him. Okay, that's funny. People have worn the CEO's face printed out as a mask. Nobody's ever gotten offended by it. That's luck right there. It's just a strange tradition now. I think it has more to do with culture and the intent than anything else. Our clones are in a spirit of fun and respect. Of course, until someone gets butthurt. And here's another, I don't know, this sounds like it might be a fun office tradition. Let's see, let's see if I do that. Look at that. Still working on the buttons. Oh, look, I can do that. By the way, nobody looks good that close, especially not me. This guy says, I don't know if it's strange, but I work for a company that had an office massage therapist who came by every Friday. Could you do that now? Somebody's going to get butthurt. The massage lasted about 5 minutes, focused on your neck, your shoulders, your back. Now that I think of it, I guess the strange part was all the moaning and groaning on Fridays. I mean, because that would be a little weird. You get, I guess, no weirder than in the airport, right? When you walk by those little massage bars or in the mall. It just seems like such a weird thing to do in a mall. But hey, gotta love a massage, right? If you were unfamiliar with the office culture and walked into the cubicle farm and heard the massage but didn't see the massage therapist, there have been a lot of questions. And again, I have no doubt, and probably someone somewhere along the line got butthurt. If you are if you are watching at the dailymojo.com right now, you can be in the live chat, I believe. Beach Girls there. If you're not watching in the Daily Mojo or on the Daily Mojo website, you can do that. And you can chat along with all the other folks who are watching, if you're watching on X or anywhere else. But it all funnels back into the dailymojo.com, which, by the way, let's see, can I do that right now? No, I can't really, can I? No, because I've woven that into something else. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud, but that's okay. I do that a lot. But if you're not familiar with the Daily Mojo, we do it every morning from 7 until 9 Central Time at thedailymojo.com. Another weird office tradition that another gentleman saw in New York City law firms pre-pandemic, a shoe shine guy going around the office on a regular schedule. I'm not sure if I have a pair of shoes that can be shined. Maybe one. It's kind of different now. Different culture these days. In Iran, we had a tea man who was continuously busy bringing people very small glasses of tea and sugar cubes to place in your teeth as you drank the tea. I didn't develop that habit, but it was a necessary role in every office. This is in 1972, thereabouts. Maybe different now. I mean, that was 50 years ago. That was back when people were still vacationing in Haiti. We talked about that on the Daily Mojo the other day. If you look at the history of Haiti, I mean, it's a mess right now, obviously, with gangs and people like Barbecue, the gang leader threatening to kill people. Happy Humpday. But back in the 70s, people would take their families there and go on a big vacation. Times they do change, do they not? All right, take a look at this guy right here. And if you see him in your Kroger, don't buy the produce. It's a bad idea. He's a supermarket employee who, let's just say he was loving on the merchandise, on the produce, and other unsealed merchandise. According to Colorado police, who say the videos of his activity were found during a recent search of his residence. So, by the way, his name is Stephen Masalta. He was busted last month on charges that a little self-loving outside numerous coffee shops and businesses in the Fort Collins area. I mean, who doesn't go outside, just you see a coffee shop and they're like, I got to have me some of me. Right? Right here in front of everybody. I mean, come on. At the time of his arrest, cops executed a search warrant at his home, seized electronic devices containing incriminating video evidence. That cash. And it's not cachet. Who was I talking with the other day? I was like, that's cachet. It's not cachet. It's cash. C-A-C-H-E, cash. If anybody tries to tell you differently, they're a damn liar. So That cash, which investigators are still reviewing, resulted this week in additional misdemeanor and felony counts being filed against Masalta. Since his February arrest, he has been held in the Larimer County lockup in lieu of $25,000 bond. He is scheduled for a March 22nd court appearance on the new counts. So get a good look, and if you are, again, in the grocery store, don't go near the produce. Fruits, vegetables, baked goods. Oh. Moving along, shall we? Speaking of love and people loving, again, it's 2024. Who am I to say what's wrong or what's right? Because there are a lot of weird people out there. And never underestimate weird or stupid in large numbers. The woman you're about to see, her name is Rahana Marylebone Khawaja. And she decided that she loved a train station so much that she legally changed her name so that she was named the train station. Right? Let's see. She changed her name again. Her original name, Rahana Marylebone Khawaja. But she now has changed her name to Marylebone, the station. It's she says, hey, the station itself isn't all that big, but it has soul. The more I explored it over my time here. Wow. I don't know what she was doing to explore it, but okay. We know that things can go wrong sometimes. People can get delayed, but everybody here works so hard with a smile on their face. It's got a personal touch. It's warm and welcoming. Not every London station is like that. Therefore, she wanted to be more like that. You know, loving, welcoming, and warm. But don't tell her that because then you would probably get arrested. By the way, this particular, hold on a second, I have to find the sponsor. This particular midweek malarkey is brought to you by Mojo My Pillow. Go to Mojo My Pillow right now and use the promo code Mojo50. You can find great deals on and who doesn't love their dog? Who doesn't love their pet? Am I right? If you have a pet, it's like family. And no one says you can't use the dog beds as a cat bed. But this is on sale right now. You have to use the promo code to get the special deal right there for $25, and they are making this particular episode of Midweek Malarkey possible. So thank you to MojoMyPillow.com. That's all. All right, so if you were listening to the Daily Mojo not too long ago, it was earlier this week. You heard the story about the dude who fell out of a hot air balloon, 1,500 feet. I mean, that's 1,500 feet is a long, and no, he did not make it. But here's the thing. That's a picture of him. I don't know why he has such a fuzzy face, but he in fact does. They say he was fine. They say he was fine when he got into the balloon. He was fine as he was talking to the pilot of the balloon. He was talking about politics. He's like being all normal, and then all of a sudden just decides to jump out of the balloon. That's a little crazy. He was wearing a brown jumper, ironically. Seemed fine during takeoff, chatting the ride operator about politics. The balloon makes its way into the air. Once the craft had finished its ascent, he suddenly decides to leap over the edge of the basket without warning. I mean, there are a lot of ways to go. That would not be anywhere close to my top 10. But they say he was fine. I mean, he was fine, obviously, until he wasn't fine. But he was fine right up until the point where he wasn't. We were talking about con men this morning, too, because who was, I can't remember the con man we were talking about. But then, of course, my brain went down the road of who was the first con man. And if you know what a con man is, it's a confidence man. Here's one right here. That's a confidence man for you right there. And guess where the first con man or confidence man appeared in this country? I know, crazy, right? New York. In the 1840s. His name was William Thompson. He went by a lot of different aliases. This is how he worked. He was well-dressed. He looked around for people who were also well-dressed. He would approach his mark, strike up a conversation, pretending they knew each other. Hey, Vinny, it's me. It's me, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. You know, we went to second grade together, you and I. Come on, Vinny, you remember me. Bobby, come on, Vinny. And eventually, you know how it is when somebody does that to you, you're like, oh, okay, I guess you're right. Maybe I've just forgotten you. So at some point, he would, look, Vinny, look at me. Look, I mean, we've known each other for all the, could I borrow your watch? I mean, I just need to just for a second or two. And if the person had enough confidence to loan Bobby, is that his name, Bobby? Can't remember. I know Vinny, but Bobby, if he had enough confidence to loan Bobby his watch, then he would do it and Bobby would be gone. That was the first time the term was used, and that's where con man comes from. You got enough confidence? Loan Bobby your watch. Speaking of Bobby, and I do like Stranger Things, but Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah, she's in the news. I'm not sure this is a good thing, but she was on a a podcast, I think, called Table Manners. And they were discussing, well, it's a podcast called Table Manners. So they're talking about, dining out and stuff. And they're talking about things that they hate or love about dining out. And they start discussing, what their favorite place to, eat and all of that. And the weird thing is they start talking about it. And the first question out of their mouth, I'm like, I'm out. Listen to what they're talking about here, because it's
just went to the Four Seasons.
Delish.
It was amazing.
Where's been your best steak tartare?
New York.
Steak tartare.
I actually just went to the Four Seasons.
Delish.
It was amazing. I could have eaten the whole thing. But I have to share, and I hate sharing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you've got your thingies.
Yeah. Do you know what I hate?
What?
Like waiting a really long time to order.
First of all, I think when you say steak tartare, it's like, it sounds a little highfalutin, a little bougie. Is that just me? I mean, or is steak tartare just, a little bougie? Although I did eat beef tongue once. That's not beef tartare. I don't think so. But I ate it once before I knew what it was. Anyway, it just made her sound highfalutin to me. I mean, and people are like saying, hey, Millie Bobby Brown is all like, all snotty. And then they say she's being rude to waiters when she says,
like, come on.
Millie! You speak my language now.
Yes.
I'm literally like, I've already looked at the menu before.
Yeah, in the car.
Sit me down. Yeah, sit me down. Let's go.
Let's go. And when they're like, we'll just get your drink orders in and we'll be right. I'm like, no. Stand here. Let's just take the whole thing. It'll make your life easier. And plus, I just want the food to keep going. Keep coming. It's my favourite. And that's the same thing about the bill. You know when they put the bill and then they come back like half an hour later? I'm like, no, let me give you my card just right now. I must go on a walk and walk this food off.
I don't know. I guess I can kind of relate. I mean, they come around and I mean, she's catching all kinds of grief online because she's, they said it was rude to say that about waiters, that they don't take your order. It's like, I'll take your drink order, then I'll be back. She hates that. We all share the same problems, right? But I don't know. I think that's mutual. I mean, go ahead and take my order. Now, it may be that they're busy and there aren't enough people, so they got to kind of juggle their time. But I'm not sure that qualifies as rude, does it? I mean, we may not have to worry about it too much longer anyway. If you have not seen the latest video from Figure, Figure is a robot company. Wait until you see what this robot can do.
Hey, Figure One, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great. Can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
That right there is tough to do, talking about one thing and doing another. Humans have problems with that. Not saying I do, but you know.
Great. So, based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
Aha, training him to be a wife. Gee, it's a joke.
The dishes on the table, like that plate and cup, are likely to go into the drying rack next.
Great. Can you put them there?
See, there's always this weird, like, that has to sit there and think about it. But a year ago, you couldn't have done that with a robot. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
All right, so how do you think you did?
I think I did pretty well. The apple found its new owner, the trash is gone, and the tableware is right where it belongs.
I mean, the robot was doing everything just from voice commands. They tell it what to do, and it's got that weird pause thing going on where it has to, like, compute it, but that, you know what, in 6 months, that'll be down to, it'll almost be doing what they ask it to do before they finish asking it to do stuff. The really funny part, or maybe not funny, but the strange or fascinating part about this are the comments under this video. Because people are a little freaked out. The next 5 to 10 years are going to be absolutely wild. This guy says, so I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with on the table. The before saying edible blew my mind for some reason, very human-like. Kind of like what he did there at the end when he was like, hey, I think I did, pretty well. That's pretty amazing. Can't believe we're going to have legit humanoid robots before GTA 6. See, remember, this will get even better. The response times will go down, the dexterity will go up, and the body will get more refined. For better or worse, we have entered a new era. Somebody else said, finally, there will be a robot who will wash dishes and cut onions. It's really, and there was another reply. It must have been on a different site that I saw the video. But the guy says the voice that they chose lets you know that robot is going to get real sick of doing circus clown stuff in about 6 months. It just sounds like he's going to get really, really fed up.
We're going.
Really, really quickly. What you just heard was something that Real Ron Phillips sent to me earlier today, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty wild. But then I looked into it, and I'm not sure that it is so wild. I'll play it for you. You tell me if you think it's pretty wild.
Katie. Bro, I'm not Katie. Stop saying Katie. What are you talking about? You talking to her?
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm not Katie.
That's my girlfriend, Hannah, bro. I'm skipping you.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? That's literally my girlfriend.
So these two guys are talking on this chat thing. I guess that's Omegle. I don't know. But suddenly the one guy says, wait a minute, why is my girlfriend sitting there in your place with you? Remember, we've just been talking about twinsies. Is it possible?
You know this guy?
I don't know him.
What do you do with this guy?
I don't know him.
You do know him. You're in a picture.
Don't know me. What does that even mean?
You're saying that that's not you?
That's not me.
That's literally you right there.
Gosh.
I've never seen this guy.
You were literally just at my apartment an hour ago.
You said you went to go get your nails done an hour ago.
I did get my nails done. They're done.
Wait. She couldn't have been at your apartment an hour ago. You said you're in Texas. I'm in Tennessee.
Do you not see that this is the same person in the picture?
No, I see that, but that's also impossible if she was there an hour ago. Where is your girlfriend from?
My girlfriend's from California.
You're from California.
I'm from California.
Did you ever get those papers back from the adoption place?
You were adopted?
Yeah.
If it's not my girlfriend, bro, then I'm gonna call her phone right now.
Yeah, I'll hear it, yeah.
What the fuck? Babe,
What?
do you have a twin?
No. What's your name?
I'm Katie.
Were you adopted in San Bernardino, California?
Yeah,
Babe, I literally think that you guys are twins.
we could be.
You guys are literally spitting image. We should do a trip.
We're going. I booked the flight. They're ready.
The flight?
Does she wear SPF 3000?
Does she hate flowers?
Yep. Does your girlfriend know how to drive? We were twins.
Yeah, see, the thing is, it looks like, wow, that'd be pretty cool. The problem is that if you look at this dude's Instagram, you'll see that there are a whole bunch of videos just like that where, he shows up at his cousin Vinny's house.
Jackie? Yeah, I'm so excited to meet you. Your mom is Natasha? Yeah.
What?
This is your girlfriend?
Yes.
Idiot, this is your cousin.
This is your girlfriend? It's your cousin. See, I think that he just does these funny little bits. It's called What the F Show. And he has a lot of them. I mean, he has a lot of funny little bits, but sadly it wasn't real, like a real coincidence. Like Mark Garland, who had the mutual friend that never said a damn thing. Not saying it's bogus, just saying it might not be real. But what do I know? Let's see. We have, you know what? When is tonight's Humpday? Was it Mega Millions tonight? Hang on a second. I think it's Mega Millions. Jeffy would know. Which, by the way, on Saturday mornings, if you're not busy, Jeffy and I get together right here, and sorry, I'm looking at the Mega Millions. It is now $977 million. And the next drawing is Friday at 11 p.m. Powerball is now, let's see, did anybody win? I don't think so. Nope. Next drawing is tonight in 5 hours, $687 million. If you're not doing anything, you might want to consider, buying a Powerball ticket. Like dude who went to, that's not the right one. That's the right one. Dude who went to a convenience store in Maryland, asked a store clerk to choose a set of Pick 5 lottery numbers for him, ended up winning a $50,000 prize. The Baltimore man, identified only as Alex, told Maryland lottery officials he usually only plays a Powerball and Mega Millions card, but a friend of his encouraged him to go to give Pick 5 a try while they were visiting Nicky Food Mart and Lottery in Baltimore. Nicky Food Mart and Lottery. Who doesn't love to spend some time there? So the clerk asked for help. He asked the clerk for help choosing the numbers. He'd never played before, couldn't think of 5 random numbers, so I told the retail, hey, just pick the numbers for me. And he won $50,000. That is not a bad way to go. I did say we're going to try some AI here because I did want to find out what AI would tell us if, we're looking for, it is love in the air. I already asked a couple of questions of Chat GPT, and the responses are always funny because they won't, I said, where's the best place to find love? It said, the best place to find love is subjective and can vary greatly from person to person. Some people find love through mutual friends or social activities, while others find it through online dating platforms or chance encounters in everyday life. Ultimately, it comes down to being open to new experiences. So I decided to ask a few more questions that it didn't seem to like. Where's the weirdest place to have sex? And it says it's important to approach this question with sensitivity and respect, as what might be considered weird vary greatly depending on, cultural norms, personal preferences, and boundaries. Additionally, engaging in sexual activity in inappropriate or non-consensual places. What's a non-consensual place? Can have legal consequences and can be harmful to others. That being said, some people may find the idea of having sex in unconventional locations adventurous or exciting, but it's crucial to ensure that any activity that takes place, the full consent of all parties. The strange thing is, last time I asked that question of ChatGPT, which was about 30 minutes ago, its response was discussing or engaging in explicit or inappropriate topics, including discussing the location of sexual activities, is not appropriate or respectful. If you have questions or need advice on more suitable topics, feel free to ask. Is it getting to know me? So then I said, where's the best place to make out? And then it started giving me weird... let's see if it gives me the same weird, where's the best place to make it. Does it even know what that means? Let's see what it says. The best place to make out is subjective and depends on person. That's the same stupid answer. Ultimately, the best place to make out is wherever both partners feel comfortable. Communication and mutual consent. When I asked it last time, it said the best place to make out is subjective, depends on personal preferences. Hey, try a park. Try a beach. Try a forest. Find a quiet corner in a cafe, a library, or a bookstore where you can snuggle up together without too much distraction. Really? Don't worry about the fact that you're, in public making out. In a parked car, if you're looking for privacy but don't have access to a private space, parking in a secluded area can provide a discreet location for making out. Or, you can rent a motel room for the night. That can offer a luxurious and private setting for an intimate encounter. But always be respectful because, otherwise ChatGPT they'll turn you in. And don't think they won't. Holy crap, look at the time. So, did you have any fun? Hit that like button. Smash it. Hit it harder. 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 Is that all you got? So tomorrow morning at 7 Central, it's the Daily Mojo. You can get a jump on the day with me and Rombo. Then Saturday, Brad and Jeffy riot again. Bring painting clothes if you're going to attend. And 1 week from today, another fun-filled jaunt into the desert with Habib and me. Say goodnight, Habib. Until then, Brad Staggs here saying, if it's midnight at the Oasis, take your camel to bed. Or don't. Whatever.